That's what you are. I don't know why my internet is so slow. Can you guys hear me okay? Looks okay. Okay. I don't know, man. Guess I need to upgrade my plan or something. Or something. Get a Wi Fi extender, some shit. I don't know. Whoa, got blurry. This is this is a disaster right now. All right, let's get into it. It's that no name coach internet connection. Yeah. Fuck me, right? Man. That's it, dude. That's it. Average bodybuilder, average coach, average internet connection, high quality growth hormone, high quality peptides, and that's it. That's it. Christopher in the house. Good morning, sir. Welcome. Thank you for joining. Uh training this morning. I did upper body pump. So that was good. Everything went good there. Um, I was able to knock out some check-ins this morning, so I got some of your check-ins done. So that was good. Normally, I don't get to those until after this live, so I got a head start to the day, and can't complain to that. I can't sleep when I diet. No, it's not trend. I just can't fucking sleep when I diet. I don't sleep well anyways, but you take my food away. Now I really don't sleep well. Smalls is in the house. What up, motherfuckers? That's right. What is up? So let me know if you guys have questions as they come streaming in. 7 weeks out today from my bodybuilding competition. Yay. DLC in the house. Thank you for being here, my good friend. 7 weeks out. I'm probably leaner. AJ just asked me today, are you feeling leaner? I said, I don't know. People tell me I am. People tell me I am. So maybe. Maybe. I'm the worst fucking I can't self audit, self reflect my own physique. I Everyone asks me why. There's multiple reasons I don't self coach, but a lot of people ask me, well, why don't you just coach yourself? One, I just don't care to. I don't care to. When I do something for someone, I do it better than if I was going to do it for myself. Um, I don't know how to explain that. It's like I think it's just human nature. I don't know. Maybe not for everyone. I'm more of a giving person. I give, my services, and other people are more important to me than I am to myself. And I know that sounds strange, and it's something I'm working on. But yeah, so there's a lot of reasons I don't coach myself. I just don't care to. Um, I think AJ Sims is probably one of the best coaches in the world. Um, I'm incredibly grateful to be coached by him. I've had other coaches that I would consider some of the best in the world. I'm grateful for all of them. And I would not know all the things I know and continue to learn if I just tried to do it all myself. So part of me hiring other coaches is to learn at a more rapid pace. A more rapid pace. Um, I mean, who can disagree with that? If you want to get really good at something, go find the people who are much better at it than you, or have done it for longer than you, or have made more mistakes than you, and they learn from them, and they found a way to, you know, get better and address those things, and now they can save you a whole bunch of time. That's one of the number one compliments I get as a coach, from my peers and my clients and my friends. Um, Tommy, I was spinning my wheels for X amount of months. You just saved me years of fucking going nowhere. That's a great compliment. That's a great compliment. Um, and I take pride in that. And yeah, so I won't ramble, but there's lots of reasons I choose to hire a coach rather than self coaching. My man, DLC every day. I'm closer and closer to quitting. Do it. Just quit. Just quit. Let me look at the calendar for you. Let's see, David. Today's the 19th. We go to the Mr. Olympia. I think it's the week of the 8th, right, Dave? The week of the 6th. David, let me know if that's accurate. So here's the plan. So you're going to quit October 3rd. You're going to take a whole week off. Okay. So type your letter today for a 2-week notice. Put it in Monday, or you can send it today. That's okay. I'd be okay with it. So you're going to send in the 2-week notice, either end of day today or Monday. And then you're going to take the whole Olympia week off. We're going to hang out. And you'll be back to work on the 13th. Doing something better for a better cause. So that's the plan, David. I'll put it in my calendar for you. I will text you times and dates, and how you can use Chat GPT to write your resignation letter. That's the shit. That's what people are doing. That's what people are doing. So yeah, punch it in. Chat GPT, please write me a professional resignation letter of to send to my boss. All right, whatever. David says, you saw those posing videos from the beginning of the year. You're much leaner now, man. Yeah, fucking David found I made these instructional, like, beginner posing videos just for some of my clients because they kept asking me, how do I pose? I'm like, I don't know. Go hire Kenny. That's what I did. He's the best in the world posing coach. Anyways, yeah, I made these fucking awful videos. I was just fat as fuck. So yeah, that was really great that you posted those. Thanks. Thank you. Tom G, my man, good morning. Have you ever had a bad coach or a coach that you didn't get along with or disagreed with? So it's hard for me to quantify a bad coach. No, I've never had a bad coach. I've never had a bad coach. Um, I've had coaches where you can tell you're just not maybe a priority of theirs, or um, or it just feels cookie cutter. And I don't know if that's true because I was young. And maybe I think I think I think there's unrealistic expectations when people do go to hire a coach sometimes. I say that lightly, so take that with a grain of salt. But a lot of people feel like the coach is like just going to do it for them. And I've said it a million times, and I said this before I offered coaching services. You guys all know this who have known me for a long time. Um, the best thing you can do to further your progress is to hire a coach. It's the best thing you can do. It's the best investment you can make in yourself, right? So I've said that for a long time. So, have I ever had a bad coach? No, no, I haven't. I haven't. I've had coaches who I felt that I was just a number, or, you know, their response times are shitty and stuff like that. But no, I've had really, really good coaches. I've worked with some of the best in the world. I continue to work with some of the best in the world. Um, so have I ever disagreed with a coach? Sure. Um, you will never fully agree with anyone on anything 100%. That's okay. It's okay. It's okay to have different views and opinions. Um, but here's the thing, I've never gone out and done my own thing behind a coach's back. So if there's something I didn't agree on with a coach, I would I would find a way to respectfully mention it. Um, maybe. I don't know. I've never really ran into that, honestly, Tom. There's shit where, like, I won't say the name of the coach. I had one coach, he did my workout, my training programs. This is when I was in powerlifting. And sometimes my feedback was like the prescribed weight was, let's say it was like 500 for 6 reps. And it's like, hey, dude, I only got 3, and I pretty much felt like I broke my fucking back. Like my back, uh, my back is broken, that type of thing. And next week, you look at the spreadsheet, and now it's 525 for 6. It's like, bruh, I just told you I broke my fucking back at 500 for 3, and you added 25 pounds and an extra 3 reps. All right. Now I know you're reading my feedback extremely well. Um, so that was one scenario, Tom, where it's like, um, it started to show the amount of attention that he was or wasn't giving me. You know, And yeah, sometimes there's things that coaches miss in check-ins because they want to focus on the big things that matter. Um, but when you have a guy missing the same prescribed weight for like 4 weeks in a row, and you just keep increasing the weight, it's like, bruh, you're not even looking at this shit. I know for a fact. And sure enough, I got with a friend, and I'm like, hey, dude, like, look at this. He's like, oh, same shit happened to me. He's like, yeah, I just fired him. And so, um, yeah, so yeah, there's bad coaches out there, Tom. Yeah, I promise. I promise. I've never had any of them. I've never had any of them. So I'm grateful for that. David Dimsdale, welcome. Is insulin really a game changer for off-season growth? No, no. There's the only game changer, David, is time. Time, years and consistency, and on and on and on. Um, is insulin a good tool when it's used appropriately? Yeah, yeah. Insulin works. You know, it's not a game changer. No, absolutely not. No. Um, high dose growth hormone. Um, I don't believe it to be a game changer, but I think it's very effective. I think it's very effective. I'm hard pressed to believe that there's any true game changers. And the only game changer that there is consistency over time. That's the only thing that will change the game. It's and that's a hard pill to swallow because you can't buy it on the internet and you can't inject it. So some of you don't know what the fuck to do now if you can't do those two things, right? And God forbid it takes more than 4 days to get to your mailbox. So yeah, the only game changer, David, is time, consistency, and just executing every fucking day, truthfully executing every day, not missing a thing. That's the only game changer in my eyes. Yes, insulin works, of course, guys. We wouldn't take any of this shit if it didn't work. um I'm using 2 IUs of Humalog right now. Two, 1, 2. Literally, you can't even see it on the fucking. Half the time, I just feel like I'm sticking myself with an empty needle. So, no, I don't think it's game changing. I've used high amounts of Humalog in one day. Um, and yes, I was full and big as a fucking house, and I was absolutely strong as hell. Um, but at the end of the day, it's still I still put on the same amount of tissue that I would have without it. And how can I say that? Because I didn't use insulin like that this year, and I've still put on. I will probably be 10 pounds of stage weight up from last year again this year. The year before, it was something like 10 to 15 pounds of stage weight, and there was a lot of insulin use. Um, on my end, no coach told me to do that. It was something I was doing on my own, just to be clear. Um, and that's when I was working with Skip, and I was honest with him about what I was doing, but it's not something he condoned. And it was more or less this conversation. I don't love that, but I know you're going to do it anyways. Yeah, you're right. I am going to do it anyways. So um, that's how that went. And yeah, so no, it wasn't. It's not like you know what I mean? It was unnecessary, but I tried it. And that's just, again, David, take that for what that's worth, because it's just one guy saying it. And maybe there's other guys out there who have had different experiences with that type of peptide, right? Um, but yeah, no, I truthfully don't believe there's any game changers, but I think everything works together, and then, like I said, the number one thing is compounding days and weeks and months and stringing years of consistency together. That's when you'll finally look like you almost lift weights. Almost. Almost. Adam, putting in a 2 week notice. Just let me wear board shorts for. Yeah, David. Yeah, I'll send you a rough draft, David. Yeah, I'll send you the one that I sent my boss. You can use the same one, just change the names. I took a lot of time on that. Dude, I was like, when I wrote that, I was like crying in my car. It was fucked up. Yeah, that was hard for me. That was hard for me to quit my job. I really liked my job. I was very good at it. My boss was extremely supportive. His son was a close friend, still is a close friend. Of course, we're not as close because we don't talk daily anymore. So yeah, very hard for me. So I know that it is hard and it's scary to quit your job, but it's kind of empowering. Feels good. Smalls, by the way, the tips you in the chat gave on laterals worked like a charm. But now have to swallow my ego looking like a stereotypical science-based nerd using a cuff on the cable stack. Yeah, but the thing is that I think I don't watch it closely enough, but aren't the science-based guys going heavy? Aren't they going like really heavy on shit for like 5 to 6 reps? Isn't that what they do? I don't know. I don't like I said, I don't follow any of it. I don't watch it. Not interested. I don't fucking care, is what I mean by that. Lee, hi Lee. Good morning. Joey, small legs. I don't know why he calls himself that. His legs are quite big. Surprise stream today? Yeah, it's Friday, baby. Every Friday. Every Friday. Oh, Rayster. Good old Ray. You're my game changer, big dog. I appreciate that, Ray. You've made a lot of great progress. You came to me in a very good condition as well, though. You did a lot of work up front on your own. So I didn't do it all for you. That's for sure. Zach is in the house. Tommy, what's up? What's up, Zach? Thank you for joining. What other questions you guys have? They're small to me. They've come up, but you should have seen them at my show. Yeah, I get it. I get it. And if that was your first show, Joey, I can't remember if it was, but you know this better than anyone. People do not realize how much muscle they don't fucking have until they lose all the shit, all the fluff and fat and minerals and garbage. Once all that's gone and you're left with muscle. So imagine this. Imagine, okay, here, think about it this way. There's people out there with loads of money in their bank accounts, like a lot of money, right? And then they have 9,000 fucking things that are borrowed from banks, homes, cars, shoes. People put shoes on Affirm and credit cards, and people modify cars with credit cards, and so they have big bank account numbers, and let's say they're checking and savings, and then they have all this debt, right? Go pay off all your fucking shit and tell me how much money's in your bank account then. That is what happens when your fat ass finally is not a fat ass and you're left with, ta-da, all you got left. So, hard pill to swallow, worth swallowing. That's what she said. Because once it's done, then you can finally grow some real muscle. And you'll likely never get that fucking fat again unless you just have an adherence issue. Right? Racer. I want to bring up my hammies to get a juicy drop on the back. Let her rip based on all your new knowledge, please. Hamstrings. I don't do anything like crazy for hamstrings. Sorry. It's fucking leg curls. That's about it. Sorry, dude. Not sexy, but it's just a bicep. Literally. It's called a bicep. Bicep femoris, right? That's your hamstring. Yeah. Sorry. Leg curls, GHR, hip hinging stuff is fine if you're good at it. And you don't just use your lower back. That's how you grow hamstrings. That's all you do. That's all you do. Racer's rebound is crazy. Did a double take. I saw him on Insta. Yeah, fucking. And I don't want to say like people don't notice, but like his rebound is one of my craziest clients. like to display. And you know, I have other people that people mention, and maybe it's just because they see them more frequently. But Ray's is like fucking crazy, and I don't think people notice like how dramatic it is. And maybe it's just because we don't post him side by side a lot or something. I think he's on my website though. Pretty sure. I'll have to check. It is. It is. Small says Racers rebound is crazy. I had to do a double take. It's a double take moment. Like it's the same guy. The fuck is that? Joey could actually use some leg training advice while we're on the topic. Okay, I need to swap out some lifts since they're stalling. Would you prefer swing squats, pendulum squats, or true squats? I like all of them, honestly. I really those three that you just listed. I would keep them in that order to swing squats and pendulum. Those are kind of equal for me. I don't love the true squat. I don't love it. It just doesn't fit me well. Like my torso is real small, and it just doesn't feel great the way it loads for me. Pendulum and swing squats are very natural, and I much prefer a pendulum squat over a hack squat. All that's in my home right now is a hack squat. Um, I thought about buying one of those Atlantis pendulums. I might at some point. We'll see. Yeah, Cybex hack. The Cybex hack is fucking awesome. Don't get me wrong. And Joe, you could stay with the Cybex hack and maybe start changing, techniques, tempos. You can fuck with it a little if you want, and try out different strategies that way. Um, but yeah, I mean, I for me right now, like today, I'm going to use the pendulum. Yeah. Yeah. Out of those three, that's the one I'm gonna pick today. Um Racer says, well then, seated leg curls, spam. Yeah, seated's fine. I think lying is really good too. As long as like you see a lot of people like their hips just come up and they use a lot of low back to like initiate the movement. One thing you can try is like putting like a pad under your hip area and kind of pressing your hips like into that pad and trying to. You don't want to lock them all the way down because it needs some movement in there, but that seems to kind of tilt you this way, and then it seems to give you a little more access to the hamstring. The other thing for hamstring leg curls is to try your best to keep your calves out of it. You know, um, a lot of people just use their calves. Joey says, adductors, seated leg curls, standing leg curls, belt squat, RDL, extensions, hack, and calves for a hamstring day. That's a lot, dude. That's a lot. I would have to split that day up. I would have to split that into two. For me. Um, that's a lot. And maybe you're doing one set of everything. But yeah, I would probably. It's hard to say when you look at something written on paper. It's hard to say. George says, "Good evening, Tommy. No Sarastem here. Sorry to hear that, George. Plenty here, not in my home. In case any federal agents are watching." How much? This is Tom G, my friend. How much negative impact do you think power drinks? Power drinks. What the fuck is a power drink? Have in terms of diet and muscle gain? Tom, please tell me what the fuck a power drink is, or someone in the chat. I don't know what that is, Tom. You weirdo. George, what's in your opinion the best way to utilize HGH for the maximum gains during a growth phase? Is there a merit to combining it with insulin to enhance the IGF-1 response? How does that work? Um, what's my opinion on the best way to utilize GH for the maximum gains during a growth phase? Just fucking use it. Use it. That's how. That's how you utilize growth hormone during a growth phase. But I'm overly I'm overly joking about it. But yeah, just you should be using it. It's something you should be using year round, in my opinion. If you're serious about bodybuilding and stuff like that, I don't see a reason not to use it unless you have cancer and you're not trying to grow the existing cancer. Growth hormone doesn't give you cancer, but it could potentially grow existing cancer. Um, so check with your physician. That's what I would do, George. Is there merit to combining it with insulin to enhance the IGF-1? Um, it's not always the combination of growth hormone and insulin. A lot of the times it's just being combative to potential side effects from growth hormone. So if growth hormone is starting to cause sensitivity issues, and then yeah, exogenous use of insulin um, could be used, right? There's yes, there's merit to it, but it's not some magical fucking combo that everyone thinks. Um, yeah, they work together. Now I think retatrutide is a good, not replacement, but I think it helps. I think it helps. I think it is a bit combative to some of the potential side effects of growth hormone, especially in high bodybuilding doses. Um, so really, now I would prefer keeping a little bit of retatrutide in the mix, even at low doses, guys, like low fucking doses, like a milligram a week. It's still effective. You guys don't have to run fucking 8 milligrams of retatrutide or 10. I've seen people run like 12 and shit, but if you do, use code Tommy. But yeah, you don't need that much if you're just using it to proactively move, like prophylactically, right? Just to be combative against potential side effects. So yeah, like George, now a little bit of retatrutide in the background, small amounts of insulin here and there as needed is what I prefer. You know, then I think there's a nice little synergy going on there. Joey says Pendulum Squad, it is. Love the Cybex hack. Cybex hack is great. It's great. It's great. Coach wants me to swap some compounds around since I'm running it. Yeah, he's smart. As much as I make fun of him, he's a good coach. He's Joey's coached by I don't, his fucking name always escapes me. I don't know. Whatever. Joey will put it in the chat. His name always escapes me. I like that, Joey. I like to keep my compounds at the end of my session as well. Because guys like you and I will just load that motherfucker up. And I'd much rather go into a compound, not fatigued, but good and pumped and, finish off the workout with it. George asks, is it from insulin, since insulin increasing IGF-1 binding proteins? So I don't know, George. I don't know. I don't. Is it from insulin decreasing IGF-1 binding proteins so more IGF-1 is bioavailable? Can't you do this with exogenous insulin by timing your meals with carbohydrates? George, you have a pancreas too. Your pancreas does the same thing. You have to remember that. We have a pancreas and it works pretty fucking well, especially if you take care of it. So keep that in mind. Joey, 2 straight sets. Yeah, okay. Only 2 total pass failure since my CNS was fucked. Yeah, I would imagine your CNS is fucked. That would not to toot my own horn, but I've, trained with Dave Tate and shit like that, and I've trained hard, and that workout would fuck me up pretty good. um, Joey said maybe Tom meant energy drinks. I'm not sure what he meant. George, an energy drink? Yeah, I don't know what the fuck he said. Oh yeah, energy drinks like Red Bull. Hold on, I'll get to that, Tom. Racer, can you break down the thought process behind cardio adjustments you make during build phases? Asking for a friend who now has 7 sessions. You have 7 sessions of 20 fucking minutes. Shut up. That's not cardio, dude. Get over it. Tom meant energy drinks. What was the question? Something about, do they affect building muscle? Have you? Sorry, Tom. Let me see. How much of a negative impact do you think energy drinks have in terms of diet and muscle gain? I don't know. I think they're fine. I have one of these a day. It's 200 milligrams of caffeine. I think people abuse them, and I think it keeps them in a sympathetic nervous system all day long. I think it fucks up their appetite. I think it fucks up their sleep. I think people are in a sympathetic nervous system for so long that they don't even know they're in one anymore. And they never actually get into a parasympathetic nervous system. And that is where we rest, recover, and digest. So, yeah, Tom, I think abuse of energy drinks happens. Yeah, I think it happens. George, bolus dosing. I think he's talking about growth hormone. Bolus versus multi-dosing versus pre-bed versus pre-verse. So all the combinations George is asking about. Right now, um, I'm just using everything before bed. I've split it in the past. George, I've done as much as dosing after in between every single meal, 6 meals a day. Um, and I have noticed a small effect from it. I don't think it was effective enough to live my life like that. Um, bringing 6 insulin needles with you to work is crazy. When you at the time when I did heating and air, that was, it's annoying. Um, it depends, George, because like right now I just do a bolus before bed, but some people will actually get pushed into a sympathetic drive from using a bolus dose of growth hormone at bedtime. And it doesn't happen to everyone, but I have clients where it will fuck up their sleep, ironically. It will actually disturb their sleep. And we'll see it on things like resting heart rate. We'll see it on things like other biofeedback. So for some of those guys, guys and girls, I do end up splitting it up for them. Delivery during and after training. I think I used to do AM pre-workout and then PM. And I think it worked well. Did it work better than what I'm doing now? I don't think so. I think the most important thing is just get it in every day and just be consistent. But I do think there's a small boost taking a little bit of growth hormone before you train. I do. Just something I've noticed anecdotally. Isn't there something to the timing of IGF-1 peaking during training? Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yeah, George. So I did notice, for me personally, I did get some better pumps and stuff when I would use growth hormone pre-training. Now I don't care. I just take it all at night. Um, and it treats me very well. So, um, yeah, I prefer it right now for myself, just all at night. Again, some of my clients are splitting it up, you know, and it depends. It depends. But for the most part, normally I'm just advising people take it at night because it's easiest. People remember it, whatever. George says, yeah, Jordan Peters is raving about how effective retatrutide is for maintaining insulin sensitivity on high growth hormone doses. You have to remember it is a drug primarily produced for diabetics. So, yes, very effective. Very effective because that's what it does. Um, and I'm not bashing Jordan by any means, but like, guys, it's for diabetics. Yeah, it works. It works really good. Works really good, George. So, and I do think there's synergy there. But I'm a fucking meathead. I'm not a doctor, so it's just my opinion. Jay Money, my man, totally forgot the live. You're a piece of shit, Jay. You're very late. You're very late. Joey, don't you dare call Ben a pirate again. I didn't say it right now publicly, but yeah, I do call him a pirate. He is a pirate. I forgot his fucking name was Ben because I was gonna call him the pirate. Um, in all honesty, I love both your advice. I'm just scared of running your training programs. Um, here's the thing, Joey. I don't know how long you've been training. I know it's been a while because you know what you're talking about and you train very hard. What you're doing now is not going to work forever. You have to learn to pivot. You have to learn to pivot. You have to have more tools in your toolbox. You cannot be a one fucking trick pony. You can't be a one trick pony. You cannot be afraid to change things. You cannot be afraid to change things. On the same token, you cannot change things too frequently, but a guy like you, that's not going to happen. Um, so just keep that in mind. What you're doing right now is not going to work forever. What you switch to will not work forever. My friend Scott, we switched him, Scotty Martin, we switched him to 3 days a week for almost a year. And he fucking blew up and then it stopped working. It didn't just like stop working, but we were running into issues. And now we switched him to 5 days a week, high volume. Total fucking flip flop. And he's loving training again. He's growing, all the great stuff. So when people are always like, oh, do you go low volume or fucking high volume? You do them both. You do them both. Things work in phases. That's how. Kyle's here, my man. Love you, Kyle. Welcome. DLC, if you are on gear, it's yeah, no, I agree with that. Yeah. Gear kind of trumps all that gay shit. So I don't mean to use that word, but sometimes I do. I apologize. DLC, those studies are on people who don't train and don't take gear. I agree. I agree. Yeah, a lot of that stuff, there's like a fear factor of a lot of different compounds. Like, here's an example. Novadex lowers your IGF-1. It's like, okay, well, I'm taking fucking 10 units of growth hormone. I don't think my Novadex is going to blunt that. Sorry, but it's not. DLC, what's up, Kyle? Yeah, Kyle is in the house. Raymond, my man. We are in here. He is my boy. Welcome, Raymond. Kyle, abuse what? Caffeine? I don't do that. And nicotine? No. Both of them? No. Both at the same time? Daily? Fuck. No, Kyle and I don't do that. We are modest in our use of everything. Joey, hi Kyle, we miss you. We be at Kyle. He's here. He's alive and well. And now we can start. I would never abuse caffeine, DLC says. I love caffeine. Here's the thing. I just got what you meant by that. Here's the thing. I think people overuse caffeine. And that's not me judging or telling anyone to stop. But people are over consuming it. And it's incredibly hard to not. It is. It is. It's incredibly hard to not consume too much caffeine. Why? Because all of the tasty shit has caffeine in it. Sorry. Fucking make something that tastes good that doesn't have caffeine. There's shit out there, but like, come on. Come on. Stop. That's the problem. It's them. The problem is them. They're drugging us. We didn't want the caffeine. We didn't sign up for it, but it just happens to be in all the shit that tastes good. Kyle says, I'm younger and invincible. Nothing bothers me. It's true. It's true. You are invincible. Okay, we're all in the house now. Raymond says, I think above 4 IU pre-bed fucks with my sleep. Some people, yes. I think we ended up splitting Raymond's. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think we just ended up splitting that for you. You're one of the examples. And yeah, a lot of this, I have a lot of my clients that I split it up. But so and so said you just do it before bed. Okay, well then fucking tell my clients that are now sleeping better and their resting heart rate came down. Tell them that. Okay, whatever. Fuck off. Kyle says, I'm still splitting GH 4 times. I love it pre. Yeah, fucking split it up. It doesn't matter. The reason, in my opinion, this is just my opinion. Again, all this shit is just my opinion. I'm not educated. I'm kind of dumb. But you all still pay me anyways, which is great. In my opinion, the reason for one single bolus dose is for clients adherence or patient adherence. Go tell a motherfucker to take 6, 7, 8, 9 shots a day and they've never taken a shot in their life. No, they're not going to do it. They're not going to take their medicine. J Money, personally, not getting any extra benefits from sleep over 4 IU. So I think splitting is worth it for me in that sense. Yeah, and you got to remember, growth hormone's not just for sleep. I think that gets blown out of proportion. Like, oh, I take growth hormone, I sleep so good. Do you? I don't know. Crunchy Thumbs, my man. Hello. Welcome. J Money, I love Scotty Martin. I'm glad he's doing good with the high volume. Yeah, Scotty is the man. Kyle says Scott's a G. Yep. Fly away. Welcome. Do you think mattress type has an effect on your recovery? Yeah, I would say. I don't know enough about them, but yeah, for sure. Why wouldn't it? If you're not sleeping the best that you can sleep, then yeah, absolutely. I don't have any recommendations. I think we have like, I don't know, one of those ones you buy in a box. It was like a higher end one, I guess, but I don't know. I sleep okay on it. I think CPAP is more important than the mattress. I'll sleep on the fucking floor with my CPAP and my growth hormone, and I'm good to go. Unless I'm dieting, then I don't sleep at all, and then it's not an issue. Kyle says, yeah, if your current one hurts, yeah. Joey, I've been training since 2013. Yeah, that's what I figured. More seriously since 2018. Only lifting 4 days a week, though. That doesn't matter. Since the higher frequency was giving issues due to my intensity. Yes. 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 Yep. People forget that. Like, if you actually fucking train hard, you can only, unless you're a freak, most people can only train so much before you will drive your fucking self into the ground. Oh, but fatigue isn't real. It is. Go train with someone who's high level and let them fucking bury you and tell me that you don't get overtrained. Tell me that. No, fatigue is not this big blown out of portion thing that people have now made it. Whatever people call it. What do they call it? I don't know. Something stupid. Yes, you can overtrain. I've done it. I've fucking done it. Most people aren't strong enough to do it. They don't train hard enough. Most people can't stay off their fucking cell phone for more than an hour in the gym. So those people probably don't have to worry about fatigue management. But a motherfucker like Joey, I've seen him take a hack squat to hell and back. That dude can overtrain. I bet you money. Oh, he just needs to eat and sleep more. No, he doesn't. He's fucking over 250 pounds. He would bury all you motherfuckers anyways. So anyone that thinks overtraining is not a real thing, it is. It is. You've never done it because you've never trained hard enough. Sorry. Sorry, you might not love that, but it's true. It's true. You've never been there. And some people do recover better than others. That might be a genetic thing. And then there's, other factors. But Kyle says, make sure your snug is a bug and a rug. There you go. I agree. Make sure you're snug, fly away. Fly away. I literally can't stop drinking caffeine, tea, and Diet Coke every day. Yeah, I get it. I get you. You can. You can. You just you haven't yet. That's okay. There's worse things you could be doing. Listen, if a fucking 0-calorie or low-calorie energy drink is the reason that you're staying on your diet, go have it. Go have it and enjoy it. That's it. Yeah, Joey, I have the same one from Costco. Yeah, the cheap whatever the fuck comes in a box. Convenient. It's great. You can get a new one every fucking 3 years and not feel bad about it. Tom G just lost a lot of weight this year. Loose skin blues. What the fuck are you talking about, Tom? Go take some GHK copper. Use code Tommy. Buy a lot of it. Make your skin tight. Raymond, yeah, we split it into 2 in the morning, 2 pre-training, 3 pre-bed. Yeah. And on rest day, we do 4 in the morning, 3 pre-bed. Yeah, it makes sense. Oh, it makes sense because I guess I wrote that for you. Yeah. Kyle, if I didn't work from home, I definitely would bolus. Yeah, that's what I mean. Whatever's fucking easier. Just you get your growth hormone in. That's all. Just get it in there. Raymond says, every time I train legs with my friend Jaden, I feel like I've been in a car wreck for the next week. Yeah, it's not productive shit. It's fun. And you need to learn where that line is. You need to push that line up too as time goes on. Dude, I've told you guys stories about people I've trained with. Like, I trained with my buddy once, and we did like a 5-minute set of calves. We were already done with our fucking 3-hour workout that we did, and then we did like 3 sets of 5-minute calves straight. Just like fuck stupid shit, but I love it. It's whatever. J Money, couldn't agree more on overtraining. I've come to the conclusion bro split is the only way for me now. Yeah, Jay, and if you reflect back on what I said earlier, it's working for you right now. It doesn't mean it's the only way. Doesn't mean you have to train bro split the rest of your life. There's going to be a time where you're going to have to pivot, and you're going to have to not be stubborn and stupid, and you're going to need to allow yourself to pivot. A lot of times I have a guy or a girl come off a contest prep and I'm like, all right, you're only training 3 days a week for the next 6 weeks. I can't do that. What the fuck do you mean you can't do that? Oh, I'm gonna lose all my muscle. What are you talking about? You're so weird. And then 6 weeks later, they're fucking feeling better than they ever had in their life. And they're like, oh, now I just have to train 3 days the rest of my life. It's like, well, no. We did it for this period and it worked for this period. Now we need to pivot to something else if it's not still working. Like we did that for Scotty. And like I said, he ended up staying with it for like over a year. He's like, holy fuck, why didn't I ever do this before? Because people are afraid. They're scared. I'm not scared. If you're scared, go to church. Training with friends is dangerous. It fucking is, dude. It's miserable. I love it, but I hate it so much. Man, you talk about a motherfucker that trains hard. I trained with Skip multiple times. That dude will bury anyone. He will fucking bury people, dude. He will bury people. He can handle so much volume, hard, real training. Unreal. He will run circles around people. Joey, if we're talking about GH, though, Tommy, would there be any advantage to using IGF DES or IGF LR3 around a workout instead of just more GH? Yeah, maybe, Joey. But I think both of those are very weak. So like people that are just like, oh, they don't work, but I just think the dosing is like way, way fucking higher than people realize. I have a friend, I won't name him. No, I won't name him. I have a friend who is running like a bottle or two or workout, like pre-workout. It works pretty good. That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say. And obviously, if you like boil down that cost, it's incredibly expensive. But I think the dosing is just way too low. And I think the actual compound itself does fucking work. And I think a lot of people like write it off. I've written it off. Like that shit doesn't work. It's like, no, you've just never taken enough of it. And I can admit I've never taken a lot of it in high doses. And I know people that have with good results. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying to try it or anything like that. I've seen. That's all. I'm going to leave it there. Joey says, I've just seen JP and Elliot German talk about it a lot, but they're also sponsored by peptide companies. Listen, it doesn't. I know that's a thing, but I think people like hone in on that. Like, oh, now that he's sponsored, he's pushing this shit. It's like I don't necessarily believe that's true. I do think there's people out there that are doing that, Joey. You know, I do believe that. But like JP doesn't need fucking money from a peptide commission. Like the dude owns gyms, multiple companies. Like he makes money, dude. He coaches still. Like, you know, he makes money. He doesn't need a $20 commission off a bottle of fucking LR3. Elliot, I can't speak for Elliot. He has like 19,000 fucking sponsors, and I don't know the kid well. I think he's incredibly impressive, but I can't speak on him. But JP is someone I followed for a very long time. He's not one to sell out, and he's been very open and honest for now decades. So he's not one that I would be like, oh yeah, he's just trying to make some fucking couple bucks. Like he doesn't care, dude. He doesn't fucking care. He doesn't need that money, you know. I've had people say that to me, like, "Oh, you're just trying to sell Retta." I'm like, I didn't even tell you my discount code. Like, you guys all know it, but like, shut the fuck up. I don't care. You can go buy whatever you want. You're still gonna suck. So whatever. If you do, you can use my code. But, anyways, Tom, what is your preference for how often clients check in with you? Weekly. Every week. Why not? Why wouldn't you? And as contest preps get closer, it becomes daily. Sometimes that starts at 6 weeks out. Daily. Every fucking day. Every morning. I don't care if it's hard. I don't care. Really don't. My new rule that is going into place is if you miss 3 check-ins unannounced, you will be dropped with no refund. Your coaching will be terminated. Because I don't fuck around with that anymore. It's a waste of my time. And one thing I will never have enough of is time. So don't waste it for me. Please. Please don't do that. Love you, but don't do that. So, just a heads up. Don't miss your check-ins. And if you're going to, you should probably fucking know about it. You should probably know about it. Right? Christopher, my man, when do you know when you've hit the overtraining point? That's a good question. How long would you let it ride to confirm? Another good question. Doing 6 days currently, but intensity volume increasing now. I'm definitely noticing it finally getting sore. Okay, yeah. So here is the first one for me, Christopher. Um, I stopped loving the gym. I just don't want to fucking go. I like once I'm hitting a point of too much, I don't want to train. And that takes a lot for me to get there. That takes a lot. But when I truthfully don't want to go train, something's off. Something's off. How long do I let that ride? I'll probably give it a day or two and just see. Like, maybe I was tired, maybe I slept like shit, blah, 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 blah. Right. Um, and I'll see. And if I still don't want to train, I got to take time off. And that maybe that time off is only 3 days, Christopher, right? Maybe I just need um a long weekend, right? And typically, Christopher, that's a good time for me to go get blood work for multiple reasons. Maybe I feel like shit because of something on my blood work, but now I'm taking time off the gym. So it's an appropriate time to go get my blood work because I'm already not training. And that's a good thing to do before you get blood work done is take a few days off. There's multiple things to watch out for. You can watch out for HRV if you have any type of wearable tracking device. You can watch out for nocturnal resting heart rate. All these things are indicators. Um, fuck, even blood glucose, blood pressure, sleep scores, a lot of the stuff, the biofeedback can tell you things. But for me, it's just a feeling now where it's like, I've gone too far. And that's something you learn over time. And I think you've trained for a while. So um, it's just about learning your body. And there are times to push through that, and then there's times not to. And I normally err on the side of don't push through it. Don't. Raymond says, "Oh, damn, a whole 1 milligram bottle of LF." That's all I'm going to say, Ray. David says that's fair. Yeah, don't miss your check-ins. Don't miss your check-ins without telling me. It's just, um, guys, it's a relationship here, mutual respect. I care a lot about people's progress. Often I care more about their progress than they do. Clearly, if they're not even going to fucking check in, I don't have time for that because I have other guys and girls who don't miss a check in. They don't miss a fucking beat. Those people need my attention. I can't waste it on you. I won't track you down. Not going to send your money back anymore either. Sorry, love you, but nope. Can't do it. Can't do it. But love you anyways. Yeah, Adam says, how are you supposed to do anything when someone who skips multiple check-ins? Yeah, it's a bad look. And I don't mean to be a dick you know, and if of course if there's a valid reason, then sure we can chat about that. Guys, you can't just like miss work. Like but what? Stop it. What are you doing? You know? Zach says pretty basic shit. Yeah, most of the grown-ups understand that, but some of them don't. And they're not a good dance partner for me. I'm not your guy. There's other coaches out there who won't give a fuck and they'll just keep taking your money. Go hire them. Go hire them. They always got openings. Promise. Promise. Christopher says, I'm not there yet. Just watch it. Yeah, just watch it. Um, but when there's an overall like resentment for the training, something's off there. Something's off there. J Money, the easiest part is setting your check in. There's no way the other boxes are being checked. Yeah, that's kind of true. I had one guy, he's like, yeah, I don't really want to continue. I'm like, well, what's going on? It's something I did. No, I just hate doing the check ins. Hmm. Okay. Okay. Gotcha. No problem. J Money, yep, yeah, exactly. Joey, for me, I can tell I'm overtraining when the next gear in a set isn't there. Yeah, yeah, that's a good one too, Joey. Yeah. Usually at the end of a set, I can grind out a few painful reps. Yeah, that's a good that's a good indicator. Yeah. You just kind of like give up, like, ugh, it's getting hard. No thanks. Yeah. Yeah, I agree with that, Joey. That's for sure. Tom G, any recommendations for a BMI calculator? No. Or general advice on how to calculate that number for an individual? No. Sorry. Look in the mirror. If you look like fucking shit, you need to change something. If you look in the mirror and you feel like you look awesome, send your photos to me and I will tell you if you look like shit. We'll go from there. I'm really good at that. And I do it for free. Let me know. Joey, I haven't missed a single check-in in 4 years. I fucking sent Skip check-ins from the hospital bathroom when my son was born. And that's not like a flex or anything. It's just like, oh, it's fucking Saturday. I got to check in with Skip. What do you want me to do? I sent my fucking check-in photos. You know, whatever. Zach says check-ins are the best part. It's like hitting a checkpoint. Possible changes on the way. Maybe you get a fucking cheeseburger. You know, aren't you excited about that? Most of you won't. Most of you won't, but some of you do. Check-ins are exciting for me, Zach. As a coach and as a client, I love doing check-ins for AJ. Love hearing his feedback, whether good or bad. It's normally pretty good. I get excited for the next step, the next thing. Even if that next thing is, hey, everything looks great, roll with it. Well, that's it. Well, what the fuck? Yeah, that's it. That's it. Would you rather there be a bunch of changes because shit's not going good? No. The best check-in you can get is looks good, roll with it. Yes. I'm gonna roll with it. I'm gonna roll with it. But yeah, I agree, Zach. I agree. Raymond says check-ins take like 10 minutes. What? I know. It and to J Money's statement earlier is you wonder how much effort they're putting into the fucking executing the plan to begin with. One thing is that people do forget is when they will do a check-in, they don't do it with intent. And they fill it out like it's just like imagine this. Something. And the nice gentleman or lady that gives you the receipt says, hey, there's a survey on the bottom of that receipt. Please fill it out for me. I get a free lunch. I get a free day off, whatever it is. Okay, Susan, I'll fill that survey out. And you guys go through and just check, and send it in. Susan gets her day off. But when you guys send check-in and feedback to me, I'm using that to dictate the next moves that are going to progress you forward, right? So don't fill them out like Susan's fucking survey, right? Put a little effort into them. Give me some honest feedback. So then I don't have to look at the check-in and see like, okay, all 5 stars. And then I have to ask questions. Like, hey, you good? No, I'm good. Okay. I'm like, I guess I'll assume you're 5 stars just means everything's good and no questions. And sometimes that happens. Don't get me wrong. Anyways, I'm not bitching about clients. I don't do that. I love you all. You're all great. The ones that I don't love, you're not with me anymore. And I probably sent your money back. Some of you I didn't, but most of you I did. Diesel Dave, my man, how important is muscle group prioritization as an amateur level where overall size is needed? It's not. It's not. In my opinion. And here's why I say that, Dave, because it's so rare That's someone at an amateur level. Amateur needs to be quantified um, for me to give a really good answer. But let's assume that we're all quantifying amateur the same way. At that level, show me an amateur where it's like, oh, his fucking X is just so bad. It's pretty rare. It's pretty rare. It's normally like you just look at them and what do we all say? Needs more size, needs more time. Okay. That's the general that's a general conclusion when you look at an amateur. And I'd be hard pressed to be like, oh, no, triceps are really lacking. It's like, oh, no, the whole thing needs to grow. Yeah, that's a good question, Dave. There are scenarios where I've seen people, they turn to the side and like, just a fucking ski slope. There's no rear delt there. And it's like, okay, orthopedically, not just like bodybuilding wise, orthopedically and shoulder health wise, that's not good. We need to correct that just for overall health of the shoulders, right? Not even put aesthetics aside. Just for being healthy, we need to correct that. So that's one thing, but it's pretty rare, Dave, where I'm like, "Ooh, your shoulders need to come up." It's like, yeah, but you also don't have a back or chest, or your legs are like, okay, So yeah. DLC, if you don't know what you are by looking in the mirror, ask either in DMs or on the forum. We'll tell you. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's true. Yeah, and like BMI is just not a great indicator of anything. So, um, even body fat, like guys, it doesn't matter. Like, you know, what's my body fat? It's still too high. What's the number? It's too high. I don't know the number. I can get pretty fucking close, but what's it going to change? It's still too high. Um, so that's something to keep in mind. Love you, but the number doesn't matter. Here's what matters. Oh, sweet, you're lean enough. Okay, time to start adding food. Okay, good. We're all on the same page. Great. What's my body fat? I don't know, but it's time to add food because you're lean enough. You are lean enough. Lee says, why would you pay for coaching and not use it? I love my check-ins. Listen, Lee, I can't tell you how many times people have paid and just disappeared. And a lot of the times I do send their money back. I can't catch everyone, Sometimes I don't even realize people are gone until they're like way gone. I'm like, what the fuck happened to X, Y, and Z? They didn't even tell me. And guys, if you don't want to work with me anymore, just let me know. Like, hey, this isn't working, or something came up and I'm not interested anymore. No problem. Just let me know. Like, guys, I put a lot of effort and I care about all of you. That's the least you could do, It's the least you could do. Just give me mutual respect. Um, most coaches don't fucking care. They just move on. You were just a number anyways. I genuinely care about my clients. So, and the other thing is it's a learning experience for me. What did I do wrong? I need to know. And maybe nothing went wrong. Maybe they found a different coach that aligns with them better and whatever else, right? But I need to be given the opportunity to ask, hey, is there something I could have been done better? So now I can continue to improve, as a coach. I did that same thing in heating and air. If I lost a bid to another contractor, I would ask the customer, hey, is there any specific reason, that you went with so and so instead of me? And a lot of them will just give you a bullshit. Oh, whatever. It's just, I don't know. Say, okay, cool. That's fine. Some of them are like, man, you never told me about this. And it's like, fuck, well, I'll never forget that again. You know, it's like, so yeah, selfishly, that's a learning opportunity for me, you know, if that ever does present itself. Um, Mark says, I got a high day on my check in today. Yep, Mark's going to get a good amount of food tomorrow. Yeah, Diesel Dave gets a lot of fucking 2-word check ins from me, or sometimes just like a thumbs up, like, roll with it, just go. He's like, all right. He just sends me a thumbs up back, and we just nod at each other, and he's off to the fucking work, you know? Yeah. Yeah. A lot of you guys will get short responses from me. Don't take it personal. And if you do have questions, just hit me with them. But like, if shit's rolling and everything's going good, it's like, fucking, yeah, just roll, baby. Ride the wave. That's what Skip used to say. Love it. Love it. Yeah, Mel says that's the best motivation to read that. Everything's on track. Just go again. Yeah, you have to love that. I do, but some people want more, or want more feedback, or and that's fine. But yeah, I need to know what you want feedback on, right? Because if everything looks fucking good, it's like, run it back. You know, J Money. I think the prioritization that matters early on is just making sure you're connecting to the muscle properly, and not really frequency or volume issue. Maybe. I think just consistency matters. You can train like shit, but if you're showing up, you're going to get results. Especially if you're very green into lifting. Like, you can fucking do anything and you're going to grow. I made a ton of progress off P90X. I wasn't feeling any fucking muscles, Jay. I was just working hard, you know? That's not a shot at you, but it's just something to remember. Like, sometimes you just have to work hard. Sometimes. That doesn't mean you just muscle fuck everything, but there comes a point where you just got to go. You just got to train. You got to train. You gotta learn that too. You know, you got to get a speeding ticket sometimes. If you're into cars and you've never had a speeding ticket, it's like, man, you've never driven a car. You've never really driven a car. If you're into training and you've never gone in there and just fucking just bang weights with them clanging and banging, and your form looks like shit, you've never lifted weights. You've never fucking lifted weights. You need to do that at some point, at least once. At least once. But I agree with you, Jay. I agree that it is important to make sure you're training the intended muscle. I agree. Mark says, I started learning to be more detailed in check-ins. I let myself get beat in the ground before saying anything. Yeah. Yeah, well, some people think that feedback is complaining, and it's not. Feedback's just feedback. And sometimes people are complaining, but that's for me to dictate. It's not for you guys to hold back, or, whatever. Rick says, yo, coach, this guy been asking me why he can't gain muscle. Dude has been lean, weight not changing. I keep telling him he's in a maintenance and needs more calories. I told him to sign on with you, but I appreciate it, Rick. He probably already knows everything, though, so there's nothing I can teach him. Do you have a general time frame, X amount of weeks out, you like to see mid-prep blood work? Doesn't matter, Adam. No, doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You can never get too much blood work. There's never a wrong time to get blood work. Just being honest. There's never a wrong time to do it. But no, it's not that important. Rick says, any words of wisdom for that guy? He's been lean weight. He's lean. His weight's not changing. I keep telling him he's at maintenance and needs more calories. Yeah, I think you nailed it, Rick. I think what you're telling him is right. He's afraid to not be presentable on Instagram because that's the world we live in. So he will always be small. He'll always be small, Rick. That's what is going to happen to him. Can't really help people that don't want to be helped. Yeah. Yeah. Yep. He spent the year with me. We've got him to 170. He's like, man, when I follow the plan, it works. Yeah. Isn't that wild? Raymond, I mean, Branch got huge training like he did. Yeah. We all need to train like Branch occasionally. Yeah, we can't use. We can. I agree. I agree. No, Adam. You walk into Metroflex and you're like, this place is dirty. That's what you think. I've been in there. It's a fucking disaster. It's not glorious. There's nothing great about it. It's cool to be there because that's where Ronnie trained, but it's honestly gross, you know. Um, yeah, there's nothing cool about it. It's gross, and the equipment's literally fucking garbage. But obviously the nostalgia is cool. Lee says, I learned no news is good news. He's talking about check-in feedback. Yeah, you're not wrong. But sometimes news is good news, you know? I think we just increased your food, Lee. That's good news. Tom says, I meant basic metabolic rate. Base metabolic rate, not BMI, or similar calculating. Oh, to calculate your caloric needs? Tom, take your body weight and multiply by 14. Just do that. Promise. I fucking promise. Take your body weight, multiply it by 14. That's going to get you close. That's it. That's it, baby. Your body weight times 14. Eat that amount of calories. You don't lose weight or you don't gain weight, change the calories. That's it. That's it, my friend. That's the simplest way to do it. If you're just looking for a basic metabolic rate. That's it. Adam, shut the fuck up. I worked out at Metroflex for a while. I loved it. But you're not wrong. It's pretty nasty. Dude, shut up, Adam. That place is gross. And I've trained in some badass hardcore gyms. That place is fucking gross. See, my boy. Does adding an extra training day, like an optional pump day, mess up the plan if I were supposed to be off day? If you're running a John Meadows plan, which I think you are. What? Why? Why would you do that? Well, no, I know why. I know why. I gotta pee. I'll be back. All right, sorry about that. Okay, let's see what you said. Does adding extra training day, like an optional pump day, mess up the plan if it was supposed to be an off day? I don't hate it. I don't hate it, dude. I've done it. I've done it. I don't hate the idea. I think it's ambitious, and I think it's um, admirable. No, I don't hate it. I don't hate it. If you feel like you can recover from it, you just got to be careful. You start doing that every week, and it starts creeping in, and then maybe you should be pushing the other days harder, um, and then maybe you won't feel like you have all that energy for an extra day. I don't know. I don't hate it, dude. I don't hate it. And John says that in a lot of his plans. Like, yeah, you can here's an optional day. So no, I don't, especially if it's like an arm day. I've done the shit. I've done it. I don't hate it. I don't hate it. Adam, you probably don't shower. He's a men's physique guy. Of course he showers. They shower like 18 times a day. They have like 25 skincare routine products. DLC, just take the damn rest day. Um, yeah, I'm indifferent of it. I don't think you're gonna like mess up the plan, but you know what? You know what you could do? Like if your schedule like freed up and you're like, fuck, I want to train today. I would just do your next prescribed day today, right? You know what I mean? Does that make sense? So let's say you normally do like push, pull, rest legs. And then like in this example, you did push, pull, push, pump, and then legs. I would have just done push, pull, legs. You know what I mean? So the next notch or the next workout that was supposed to be in place, I would just move that to the day where you're trying to train. You know what I mean? Instead of adding like some random optional day. Um, that's probably what I would do. Like if I was really ambitious and like, let's say, hey, your boss gave you the day off work. He's like, yeah, dude, you've been doing great. Just go fuck off. You're like, cool. I'm gonna go to the gym. What am I gonna train? Train what you're supposed to train, tomorrow or whatever day. I don't, like I said, I don't hate your idea either. David, just take the damn rest day. Paul J, what's worse, Metroflex or an influencer gym where half the people have tribades? They're no, yeah, Paul. I love you, Paul. I agree. I'd much rather train at Metroflex. And guys, I'm not saying I wouldn't train at Metroflex. I'm just saying it's gross. It's like the fucking people are like, yeah, this gym is dope. It's not. It's not. It's fucking the equipment shit. Um, it's dirty and but it's still badass. I'll give you that. Yeah, Paul. There's a really nice gym 5 minutes from my house. Like a really nice gym. And I can't get over some of the folks that go there. So I don't go there. And like, dude, they have badass shit. And I still won't go there because I don't know, maybe I'm just fucking old and jaded now, I guess. Joey says, train hard enough, you'll want that rest day. He does train hard. He looks good too. So we're gonna give you a little shit for that though. But no, it's not gonna mess up your whole plan. To pool baths count. Diesel Dave, you could be any type of animal for one day. What would you pick? I'd pick a dog. I'd pick my dog. I'd just see what it feels like to ride around the car with my head out the window. Fuck, man. I would 100 100% be a dog. A domesticated, lazy motherfucking dog. Absolutely. Absolutely. There's other shit that would be cool. Man, being a dog, not a bad gig. Let me tell you that. Let me tell you that. Raymond would be a gorilla. Need to be a dog. Zach says I'd be a hawk. Yeah, that would be cool. What determines when a high day is prescribed? When I send you the diet and it says, here's your high day. Depends. Depends, Lee. Some people need it because their weight loss has stalled. Some people need it because their fatigue is high. Some people need it because they're flat and we need to load them up before the week. Some people need it because the thyroid's down regulating and they're not getting leaner. Lots of reasons to prescribe a high day, and they're not all the same. I use it for many different reasons. Copper, it's not a crazy amount. My connection, sorry, I froze a little bit. Hopefully it doesn't kick me off again. Tightening lower abdominal skin. Have heard of topical GHK copper. The GHK works really well. I would dose it higher than you think, and I would actually probably pair it with some type of topical as well. I would do injectable and topical, I think. I do personally think growth hormone can help. For me, I would want just like a low dose. I would probably don't fucking right now put your pitchforks down. I'm gonna fucking say it. I would probably use a pharmaceutical growth hormone for that type of scenario. And then I wear this shirt. What a fucking idiot. Sorry. I don't mean to be dumb like that, but honestly, I would want to use pharmaceutical. Why? What's the fucking difference? I would want to use pharmaceutical if that's what I was using the growth hormone for. That's all I'm going to say. I'm not going to defend myself. That's what I'm going to say. Yeah, I would use the GHK copper. I would use Glow personally. I won't give you my discount code because Joey will make fun of me, but it is in my Instagram. And there is a place to potentially purchase Glow in my Instagram. So if you're interested, you can find that there. I would probably use Glow because I do think that TB500 and BPC have an effect on skin too, and just bringing down, the inflammation. And there's a lot of other hidden little benefits to taking BPC proactively year round anyways. Believe it or not, it makes the conversion from T4 to T3 in your body better. Keeps down inflammation in general. It does a lot of good shit. Of course, it can help with acute injuries and stuff, but there's more to it. There's more to it. So the Glow is the product that I use personally. Believe it or not, making sure everything's good digestion wise can have benefits to skin in general. So make sure that your gut is healthy. And yeah, I'm not like some big gut protocol guy or anything, but I do think that the gut is important. So yeah, those are some things that I would keep in mind. Joey, when getting blood work done, obviously no food